Since I recently started marketing my drywall repair business plan, I've had the opportunity to meet with several people and have great conversations about what I'm trying to do. And I wanted to take a few minutes and do a video, kind of a follow-up video on what I've learned from those conversations and explain a little better what I'm trying to accomplish with marketing this drywall repair business plan. One of the things that I often run into when I'm on jobs is people will ask me if I can really make a living doing what I do, just drywall repair. It's something totally foreign to them, and they're surprised that it's possible to do that. Based on those conversations, I have checked on the internet and looked for different blogs and different information that's posted there. There's not a lot posted, but I found on a few blogs where the belief that is shared that you can't make a living, you can't have a busy enough business just doing drywall repair, that it's not possible, that you have to do something else as well. And so I thought that was interesting, and I've thought about why people have that idea.
Sure.
And one of another thing that I've learned after visiting with people, and also from the feedback that I get from my YouTube channel, is that when people have been taught things a certain way, they have a really hard time believing that it can be any different. And so probably the idea is that you can't do enough drywall repair because they've been told that several times, and they're just not open to the possibility of that being possible. So a few examples of this would be when on my free YouTube information, there are a few different subjects that people have a problem with. One is when I do a taping and coating video, I teach that you don't necessarily need to string tape and then let that dry and then coat it 3 different times to get a final product. I actually teach that you can string tape, put your tape on with all-purpose mud, and then from there use topping, and you could do a heavy coat. And once that dries, you can actually sand that very close to being finished. People have responded to that and have claimed that I'm misleading people, that it's not true. You have to...
Hang on, stop right there. You have to wait 2 days for it to dry if you do that. The outside might dry, but the inside will still be wet. You come back the next day, and I tell you, it probably won't even be dry to sand or paint. The whole job will just take ages.
Do it the way everybody understands it. And when I press them on that and ask them for specifics and what I've been doing wrong all these years and what the problem is with that, they don't have an answer. They just firmly believe that.
I'm just going to go off the cusp with this video because I disagree with this guy. I haven't really watched his videos. I watched 2 of his videos, and then I thought I might as well make this video in response to it.
That's the case. Another example, interestingly enough, is topping, using topping mud. One person challenged the premise and suggested that you only use topping for the very last skim coat. That's why it's called topping.
Yeah.
Well,
you can use it for patches.
It is the best kept secret in drywall for a reason, and apparently it's been kept very well. Very few people that know about topping or ultralight muds. They're kind of switching
people know about
title to it.
People know about it.
It's basically a mud that doesn't have as much glue, so it sands much easier and shrinks less. And so
it takes so long to dry.
The last example I'll give you is paper versus mesh. That was a very sensitive subject that I brought up. There are people that feel very strongly both ways. I believe that the majority of people have been told that fiberglass mesh tape is stronger than paper tape, and they just can't accept that paper tape might be stronger.
I'm a paper tape guy.
And prevent cracks and that type of a thing. That's the information that I've gathered in my experience. So again, they don't have information to back it up. They don't have proof, but I can tell you that, for example, my topping mud, and after I tape and coat, the mud does not fall off the wall. It holds great, and I've been doing it for 20-some years now, going on 30 years, and I haven't had a problem with it.
What's the manufacturer's
state? Some of these things you learn by experience, and that's really
Ours
the
says
basis for my business plan in drywall repair. When I set out to do drywall repair, I had to go through the school of hard knocks and figure out exactly what works, and it took time. And the
maybe you
benefit to my
can
business
tape with it,
plan
but
is
it's no
that
good.
if you choose to participate in it and purchase the business plan, you'll be your success will be accelerated because you won't have to learn those lessons again. I think in order to succeed
Well, I'm
in
going to do
anything,
my own
you
business
have
plan.
to have a better mousetrap, for example. That's saying you've got to find a better mousetrap. I believe I found a better mousetrap in regards to drywall repair through the processes that I've learned and then mastered. Now, for those that are interested in buy a business plan and they follow the instruction and they get up to speed, it's not uncommon at all to be able to do $1,000 worth of drywall repair, both technically and business-wise. And so what that means is I'll teach you how to build a clientele and establish a consistent clientele that will funnel you the work, and then I'll also teach you how to master the trade, master the technical expertise of drywall repair so that you'll be able to be efficient and you'll be able to be fast, you'll be able to do a good quality product, and you'll get paid. Now, a while back, I set out to do a video and to show people what a $1,500 a day in drywall repair looks like. And I'm not saying that you could do $1,500 a day on a regular basis, but I'm also telling you that it's very possible once you get your business running good and you schedule right, you can have $1,500 days. Interestingly enough,
but not every day.
Just yesterday, I went out and I had a $1,775 a day, and everything came together. I had about $1,100 planned to begin with, and while I was out, a contractor fell through a ceiling, so I was able to get over and get that job repaired for him, closed up and retextured. And also a guy, interestingly enough, had a dog chew through his wall, and his landlord was coming the next day to do a walkthrough. And so those are just funny little examples, not necessarily funny. The contractor fell all the way through this time, which is no fun. He didn't get hurt, but he was very lucky.
He's not all right. He's okay.
Anyway, it happens when you're out and about and you have a good clientele and you're ready and flexible, you can juggle schedule and do good things. When I set out to make my $1,500 a day video, it actually turned into an $1,800 a day. That day kind of came together again like yesterday. Everything kind of fell together and worked really good. So I made this video and I showed you the different jobs, the different
that video?
I charged,
that $1,800
and how long
video.
it took. And if you're interested in seeing what a $1,500 a day looks like, simply email me at info@drywallinstruction.com and I will send you a link and you can see what that looks like. I'm really excited about having talked to people like I have since I started marketing this, and just visiting with them about their processes. I talked to a guy who's been doing drywall repair for 3 years and asked him about his process, what it would take to do a repair, a specific repair. His answer was it takes him 4 hours and 2 trips to complete that repair.
Setting and coming back to do the sanding when it's dry.
Should not be able to take you more than an hour from start to finish.
Whoa.
If you think about
what's the job?
Increase in
you patch anything, you got to sand it.
There, it's incredible. Once you learn and I'm not Superman. This is all very doable with the knowledge that I share.
I just want to clarify something. With a lot of drywall jobs, patching, you go, you do the job the first day, and you have to come back and sand. People expect you to come back and sand, and unless you have a heat gun and it's a small amount, you can sand it on the day, then paint it. But unless it's going to roll over to the next day if it's something big, and especially if this guy uses base coat, top coat, and pre-mixed, I just don't know how you can have it all dry.
In my business plan, it'll be very possible. There are several of you that I've talked to that have been in different stages. Some are just really like the idea. Some have been doing it for a little while. Some have got started doing it, but are just really having a hard time figuring it out and getting efficient.
Just got to get customers.
Doing those things. I'm really excited about the opportunity to teach you. I love the trade. I love going out on a day like yesterday and being out and working. And so it's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying. So again, if you're interested if you have any question about this business plan, or if you'd like to see what a $1,500 a day in drywall repair looks like, simply email me at info@drywallinstruction.com. and I'll send you over a link.
Alright.
Hey, it's Mitch with DrywallInstruction.com. Let's take a minute and talk about taping and coating what we call a butt joint. There's not a beveled edge on the edge of the sheetrock. It's just a flat sheet of sheetrock up against another, butted up against another. And so we don't have a void to fill here, so we need to take some precaution and take a couple of extra steps. So first, let's go ahead and tape this. I've got my taping mud here that I've got mixed up. And
Taping mud, is that pre-mixed?
With taping mud.
Or is that out of a bag?
And once I have that all coated, no bubbles or anything.
See, this way never dries fast. It just doesn't dry fast.
You can see that in my tape paper versus mesh segment. I'll go ahead and put my tape on and go ahead and wipe it tight. And so I'm not going to leave any mud there. I'm going to go ahead and press down on my tape and go ahead and get it wiped completely. Making sure that my edges are nice and tight and that I don't leave any mud on the outside edge. So I've got my seam
That's okay.
taped. And so the next thing I'll do is I'll grab my pen and knife.
Your pen.
I'll be using
It's just a hook.
a 12-inch knife right off the bat on this seam. And I'll go ahead.
12, whoa, straight off the bat. Hold on.
I'll go ahead and put a coat. I'll make a wipe right down each side of that tape first. And so I'll get my mud built up like that.
And
then I'll go ahead.
how long is this going to take to dry? You're going to get out of there in like 1 hour, you said?
Junk out of my mud.
Your friend who's taking 4 hours, he's letting it dry.
So I'll go down each side. Then I'll take my knife and I'll press on the outside corner of my knife and press really tight and go right down this. And so there's no mud left on that outside edge at all. And I'll do that on the opposite side as well, the same thing. And then I'll take my mud and I'll just go really lightly over the top.
And then wait 4 days to come back to sand it so the painters can do their job.
Have as little of a hump in the middle as possible so that this feathers and we can't see it when we're
That's
done.
true.
So again, I'll go ahead and wipe those edges.
But when this dries, it's going to bubble up. It's so thick, it's going to bubble up. It's never going to dry in time.
To get my mud nice and uniform, I'll go ahead and take one.
And when you sand it, there's going to be holes all through it. You're going to have to skim it again and then wait again.
And that type of a thing. And so I've got a nice wide seam now.
Yeah.
And so I'm feathering out on the edges.
Yeah, it's all fine.
So
You
when
just
I sand this, I
cannot
can
do
take
it
this mud
all at one
down
time.
in the middle and these edges off and have as little a hump as possible once I get totally done. This coat that I put on here, once it dries and I sand it, I'll be 99% there.
99%.
You can go littler coats if you'd like to. It's not necessary. This buildup right here will be great. This mud that I'm using is topping, and it's straight out of the box. Now, I haven't watered it down or anything, so it's not going to shrink, but it is going to be nice to sand. I put my tape on with all-purpose, put that away, and coat with topping. I hope this is helpful to you, and you'll continue to follow us here at DrywallInstruction.com.
Stop. Jesus. Alright. What do you reckon of that video? What do you think's correct?